I'm not gonna lie, guys. Lately, I've been kind of depressed, a little bummed out these last few days. Just been lying around the house. It happens regularly, not gonna lie. It's almost rhythmic. It just every so often I just get in these moods where I just feel like my ambitions are ridiculous and unachievable. I'm not doing anything with my life. My projects are kind of stupid. These artistic little things I'm making videos and all that kind of stuff. Like, what am I doing? And when I get in those modes, you know what I do when I feel like not making anything? Honestly, I just don't make stuff. And I think that's okay. Like, I think sometimes you do need to take a break from it. The trick is, how do you let that break turn into never making anything at all? Because it's very easy to be like, oh, I'm just going to stop making things for a week. And then it turns into, oh, I'm just going to stop making things for just this month. And before you know, you haven't made anything in 6 months. And then you're just a guy that doesn't make anything anymore, right? So it's okay to take a break for a little bit, but you don't want it to turn into a permanent situation. So, you just do your best. Just have faith that you'll get back to making stuff soon. It's a weird kind of impulse. It's a weird kind of craving. But it kind of brings me to my point today. I want to talk to you about inspiration fuel. Now, inspiration I have kind of mixed feelings about. On one hand, like, most of the writing advice has been useful for me. Most of the creative advice has just been, just screw inspiration. Real writers don't have muses, they have mortgages. Stuff like that, man. Just make stuff. You don't really need inspiration. Inspiration's for hacks. Just go forth and create. But there is a different kind of inspiration. I'm not talking about the inspiration that you're like, oh my god, that gives me a great idea for a thing to create. I'm talking about the inspiration that gets you to have that drive to create at all. And I think that's inspiration of a very different kind. And there's certain things to me that when I consume that kind of a content, it inspires me to make things. Not anything in particular, but just to be a creative person. And not even necessarily like in a kind of like a artistic sense necessarily, but just in life in general, to build things. And I bring it up because I'm reading something like that today. I got this biography, Minecraft, the unlikely tale of Marcus Notch, person in the game that changed everything. It's a kind of a biography about the guy that made Minecraft and tells a story about who he was growing up and the journey through building that game and what it became and how huge it became. And it's just kind of interesting. I don't know. I read the stuff like that and it fuels me. It makes me want to learn how to build tech stuff. It makes me want to go out and try to make the next great idea. It gets me to want to build things, man. It's like you reading about other people's success and their journey. It's just, it makes me want to go on my own. It keeps me going. I really like that. But it's not just, biographies of successful people. Works of fiction do a lot for me too, man. The IT crowd, it's just telling the story of this tech startup. Makes me want to, try to make something too, You're almost, living vicariously through the characters on screen. I think I used to do that when I would watch, Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares. I watch Kitchen Nightmares, and now I want to start a restaurant. It's kind of, it's not really educational, but you trick yourself into feeling like it is. But regardless of what you actually learn about realistically being able to do something through consuming that kind of media, what is real, certainly, is the drive it builds. And that drive is valuable, man. That drive is genuinely, that drive is so important. And I think it really helps to, consume things like this periodically, to kind of just toss another log on the fire, right? To keep it burning, to keep it going. To keep you, I guess, just, excited. It really helps. One major example that comes to mind for me was watching Back to the Future. They had a couple of anniversaries this last year for that, and one of them, I think it was I think it was the 30th anniversary or something like that. I don't know. Do the math later. Anyways, they had a midnight showing at the Bird Theater of Back to the Future 1. And I went there just to watch it. I was like, I like Back to the Future. It'll be fun. Check it out. Something kind of cool. See it on the big screen. That's a big deal. Oh, my. And I watched it, and I was kind of in a depressive mode when I watched it, man. I was just really kind of bummed out. I was low energy. I was just, feeling kind of hopeless in general in life. But God, when I walked out of that theater, I had such a restored zest for life that I felt like I had been missing for such a long time. It reignited me. It was a new spark. It was incredible. And I felt ready to just go out into the world and just do great things. I didn't know what those great things were going to be, but I wanted to do something. And I felt alive again for the first time in months watching that movie. It really kind of convinced me of the transformative power of literature, of film, of creative works, of story. That's really what it is, the power of stories, what they can do to us, how they can motivate us and inspire us. I walked out of that movie theater saying, when I grow up, I want to be just like Doc Brown. Right? And I'm not talking about making a time machine or anything like that, or, being this great scientist, but just to have that zest, that love of life, that excitement, that sense of adventure. Really, not even the adventure, just that God, that man's energy, his, not joy, but just his lust for life, his just that ineffable Doc Brown quality. I don't even know how to describe him, man. He wanted to do something and he fucking went for it. Man. And it was really neat, too. You watch those movies and you can see the things that was, that character's inspiration fuel. Talking about reading Jules Verne as a kid, inspiring him to pursue the sciences. And so it's kind of ironic, what Jules Verne is to Doc Brown is to me. Even though it's fictional. But yeah, if you're ever in a slump, it's okay to take a break. There's no magic pill to get you out of it. But, reading the story of someone doing the kind of things you want to do, living the life you want to live, it can help. Sometimes. Might not get you to not be depressed anymore, but can help you get excited about something again. So yeah, be well.